Election day has just begun, and Kamala Harris is already down 50% over where Joe Biden was in 2020. Take a look at what happened in the small hamlet of Dixville Notch, New Hampshire, where every election year at midnight, the citizens of Dixville Notch who are registered to vote this year, a grand total of 6, cast the very first election day ballots for president anywhere in the United States. And the results this year are devastating for Kamala Harris. It is literally her nightmare coming true. Listen.
I wanted to get you some breaking news here from Dixville Notch. Dixville Notch is where the first votes are cast in the 2024 campaign. And just to let you know, there were 6 people who voted, and it was the same in 2016 when 6 people voted, and 4 of the votes went to Hillary Clinton, 2 of the votes went to Donald Trump. In 2020, there were 5 people who voted. All 5 of the votes went to Joe Biden. And this time around, 6 people voted, and it was 3 for Donald Trump and 3 for Kamala Harris. There has been talk about New Hampshire being closer this year than it's been in a long time, and we shall see. Dixville Notch, the votes have been counted. It is a deadlock.
It's a deadlock in Dixville Notch. There's something you don't get to say every single day. Really, we haven't been able to say it in decades, because in 2016, as you heard there, Dixville Notch voted for Hillary Clinton. And in 2020, all 5 votes, 100% of the votes went to Joe Biden and the Democrats. 4 years later, Kamala Harris has lost 50% of support as she's deadlocked with Donald Trump 3-3.
I don't hear anything.
Now midnight, November 5th, and polls are open in Dixville.
Yes.
All right, we ready for president?
Let's listen.
3 for Kamala
moments.
Harris, 3 for Donald Trump. Following the national trends. For governor, 1 for Joyce Craig. And
yeah, we don't care about the governor's race. Listen, this is truly devastating because New Hampshire has always been a blue state in the last 10 years, but more and more people believe it's getting purple. And with Joe Biden getting full support from Dixville Notch in 2020, and now 3 people voting for Donald Trump, that is a huge percentage differential for Kamala Harris. And it's something that we're starting to see nationally, too. What's happening in Dixville Notch is not just happening in Dixville Notch. It's happening in Pennsylvania. It's happening in Michigan. It's happening in Wisconsin. It's happening in every early voting state, battleground or not. And CNN is reporting that the deficit the Democrats find themselves in on Election Day may be insurmountable.
The math doesn't work. The Democrats are down 1.7 million early votes in the battleground states. In urban areas, they are down 1.4 million votes in the battleground states. Among women voters, rural voters have overperformed early by 300,000. Democrats have to win their races early. Republicans generally win them on Election Day. And the margins don't add up right now for the Democrats in any of these battleground states.
What we're seeing is a total flip. It's a 180 from what happened in 2020. In 2020, all the Democrats rushed out and they early voted and they put their ballots in drop boxes and they mailed them in. And Joe Biden had this huge, massive amount of early votes, which they counted in the middle of the night. And well, you know the thing. Now, just 4 years later, Republicans have been able to turn the entire system on its head. And the Republicans are going into Election Day with a massive lead. 1.7 million lead in urban areas. 1.3 million lead with women voters in these battleground states. Those are really large leads for Democrats to come up with on Election Day, because keep in mind, Election Day is typically when Republicans come out in force. And yes, there may be fewer Republicans on Election Day because of the early vote, but the early vote is how you get that early lead. And whoever has the early lead, we find out usually wins. And the Democrats know this. The Democrats are out there and they are a little scared today as they start to see these results trickle in, as they start to see the early voting and the voter registration, all of these, which are bellwethers of a Republican, let's just say a positive Republican election experience in 2024. You can sense that there is panic in their party. Oprah Winfrey thinks this is going to be the last time she'll ever be able to vote.
We don't get to sit this one out. If we don't show up tomorrow, it is entirely possible that we will not have the opportunity to ever cast a ballot again.
Now, that is fear-mongering of the highest level, but what do you expect from Oprah Winfrey? Whatever she does, she gives it her all, doesn't she? Oprah Winfrey is out there at Kamala Harris's final rally, and she's saying, we don't get to sit this one out. If we don't go into those urban centers and those suburban soccer mom areas, if we don't get the votes, we may never be able to cast another ballot again. This, many people are pointing out, is totally ironic and hypocritical, because guess what? Nobody ever cast a ballot for a Kamala Harris in the first place. Nobody cast a ballot for her in the primary. They all voted for Joe Biden. And when Joe Biden stepped down, nobody in the Democrat Party got to step up and say, we want Kamala. She was forced upon the Democrat electorate without any kind of due process or democratic process or vote whatsoever. But if Kamala Harris doesn't get your vote for the first time ever, you may never get to cast another ballot again. I'm not really sure the understanding there, but again, Oprah Winfrey's a billionaire, and billionaires think very differently. Donald Trump, however, is also a billionaire, and at his final rally, he had a much different message for American voters.
To every person and every citizen across this land, I am asking for the honor of your vote. I don't want your money. Most people want your money. I don't want any money. All I want you to do is go out today. Sounds a little strange. Go out today. Meaning go out in a few hours, okay? This guy's complicated because it sounds so much better when you say tomorrow when it's night, but that's okay. I want to be exactly accurate for them. But go out today and vote. And I guess 7 o'clock or whatever time it is, doesn't matter. And we're going to have the greatest victory in the history of our country.
No fear-mongering, nothing but positivity, nothing but respect, nothing but saying, hey, look, go out and vote today, which BT dubs, the reason he said today is because Donald Trump's final rally ever, his last rally ever of his election career, of his presidential career, happened last night in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and it wasn't over until 2 in the morning on Election Day. 2 in the morning on Election Day, and Donald Trump is still out there rallying. He's still trying to get support. He's still out there selling his vision for America. He's saying, look, I don't want your money. I don't want anything. I just want your vote. Because a vote for Donald Trump is a vote for everyone. These folks who are out voting for Kamala Harris and being duped into voting for the Democrats by Oprah Winfrey's fear-mongering or by Beyonce's 3-minute speech or whatever else, whatever celebrity they think they need to listen to get Kamala Harris's vote, whether it's the idea that you'll never be able to get another abortion again or that Donald Trump's going to destroy democracy. It's not true. Donald Trump is going to protect our democratic republic for everybody. Kamala voters, Trump voters, even those people that vote for those other candidates like Oliver and Stein and Craig, what Villy? I don't even know half these people. But the good news going into Election Day is that 4 years ago, Joe Biden had 100% of the Dixville Notch vote. Kamala Harris only got 50. She's already down 50% just minutes after Election Day. And if Dixville Notch gives any representation as to how the rest of the vote goes, it's going to be a very, very long and disturbing and dark night for the Democrats. Maybe, just maybe, that's why everybody on MSNBC is wearing black
History
today.
should not be.
Look, they're all in mourning.